There's a quiet kind of pain that lives in the hearts of people who feel deeply, the empaths, the compassionate ones, the ones who see the hurt behind the hurtful. You understand why they did what they did. You've traced their actions back to their own wounds, their fears, their limitations. And because you see the whole picture, it almost feels wrong to hold anger. You think, well, they didn't mean to be cruel. They just didn't know better. But here's the truth you may have been avoiding. Understanding someone's pain doesn't erase the pain they caused you. Compassion does not make the damage disappear. And that's why forgiveness for you feels so complicated. It's not that you believe what they did was okay. You don't. It's that your heart struggles to let go when it still holds their humanity in its hands. You carry the weight because you care. But here's what I slowly learned: caring doesn't mean you must keep carrying what breaks you. Forgiveness is not about them. It's not about saying what they did was fine. It's not about welcoming them back into your life or even speaking to them again. Forgiveness is about you. It's about loosening the grip that pain has on your heart. It's about finally setting yourself free from carrying the weight of someone else's choice. There came a day when I realized my anger wasn't hurting them, it was hurting me. The sleepless nights, the anxiety in my chest, the bitterness that crept in when I should have been smiling. Those were mine. Those were my burdens. They weren't carrying it. I was. And that was the moment I finally asked myself, what am I doing? They don't even care. Do I want to keep carrying this for the rest of my life? Do I want my identity to be tied to what someone else did to me? Or do I want to reclaim my heart, my freedom, my peace? And it wasn't instant. Forgiveness never is. It's not a light switch you flip. It's more like a gentle unraveling. Some days you feel like you've let go, and the next day the pain comes roaring back. That's okay. Forgiveness is not a straight line, it's a practice. But what's important to know is this: forgiveness, in its truest form, is not a reward for their growth, not a pass for their behavior. It's a declaration of your own boundaries. It's saying, I can hold compassion for your story and still choose not to let it write mine. You can forgive and still walk away. You can understand them and still decide they no longer belong in your future. You can hold love in your heart while closing the door to what harms it. Forgiveness here is not about softening the truth. It's about honoring it without letting it poison your present. It's the moment you stop trying to fix the past by staying tethered to it. Sometimes we confuse empathy with responsibility. We think, if I can see their wounds, maybe it's my job to stay, to help, to make it better. But that's how compassionate hearts burn out, by standing in the fire long after they've been burned. So here is a new perspective. Your understanding of them doesn't cancel your right to protect yourself. Your compassion doesn't make your boundaries less valid. You can hold both truths at once. I see your pain, and I will no longer let it become my prison. Forgiveness is the key, yes, but it's not the key that lets them back in. It's the key that opens the door for you to step out of that prison you built in your heart. You may still feel their shadow at times. You may still wake up with the ache of the old wound. You may still cling to the thoughts that shout, but that's not fair. Know that it's not failure, it's healing in motion. Forgiveness for the compassionate soul is not about erasing, it's about releasing. It's about saying, what happened hurt. I wish it were different. I understand why it happened, and I choose peace anyway. And peace does not always look like reconciliation. More often, it looks like quiet distance, soft release, and a heart that finally stops carrying a weight it was never meant to hold forever. If you're listening to this right now, and someone's face or name is surfacing in your mind, I want you to know that's not an accident. Your heart is nudging you because it's ready to heal. You don't need to force it, you don't need to rush it. But maybe you can start today by simply saying, I deserve peace. I deserve freedom. Even if forgiveness feels far away, remind yourself that it is possible. Because the truth is, the longer we hold on to resentment, the longer we stay tethered to the very thing we're trying to escape. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks that tether. It doesn't erase the past, it reclaims the present. And in doing so, it opens the future. You don't forgive for them, you forgive for you. You forgive to breathe again, to love again, to trust yourself again. You forgive so you can clear your head space and your heart space for something far better. And when you finally let yourself feel that freedom, you realize you were never waiting for them to apologize. You were waiting for yourself to come home. And that homecoming, that moment of choosing freedom, is the greatest gift you could ever give yourself. Because you deserve to feel light again. You deserve to love without walls made of old heartbreak. You deserve to be free.